to share how I am taking out the stress out of my holidays this year and what has been really helping me create those little memories that I want to create, especially with my son, and not feel so overwhelmed during the holiday season. And the first thing that comes to mind is mindful planning. So, what I mean by that is to really sit down and put on paper all of the things that you have planned, all of the things you want to accomplish, everything you need to do. Don't keep it in your head. Every time I keep all of my thoughts in my head and all my to-do lists in my head, they become a source of my overwhelm and stress. And every time everything is down on paper, I see the clear picture. I know exactly what I need to do, when I need to do it. I don't have to think about everything at once. Another tip is to plan your gifts beforehand. I started looking for what to get my son like months before Christmas. And I still have time, but I have everything that I'm going to gift him with his dad for Christmas. And what I started to do is I started to notice what he was into. Every time we would go to the library, he would play with this little dollhouse. I was really excited about it. So I started looking secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. Usually that's where I look. And I found an amazing playhouse for him for like a quarter of the price. And it's in excellent condition. He's going to be so happy. Another time I got a whole bag of Hot Wheel cars for absolutely free. Somebody was giving them away. It was just because I had my eyes out and I was looking for certain things for him. And I'm saving time, I'm saving money. I'm not rushing at the last minute to get him something. And I think it's very important. Just plan ahead, decide what you're going to get. And I'm also seeing a lot of people are putting time into handmade gifts, just adding more intention to what they're giving another person. You can make so many things. You can bake things. You can do something with your hands like candles or some kind of beautiful decor. Some people I'm seeing are even making simmer pots, which is amazing. I think I'm gonna make one for myself this year. Look for ways to save and add more intention to your gift giving process. Another thing that's really helping me just be stress-free is not worrying about all of the decorations. My son is really into decorating for every holiday now, but instead of just going out and spending a bunch of money, I'm just using what I have. We've had this tree behind me for like 4 years now, and I love it. And it's simple. It's not the best tree. It's not very tall. The ornaments I have are also like years old, but what's important is my son is happy. He had fun decorating it. I let him do whatever he wants with it. In this season of my life, it's not about perfection. I'm going to be more stressed out thinking about getting the perfect tree and all the best ornaments than just letting my son do it. I also got him a little mini one for like $5 at the dollar store to put in his room, and I got him a few ornaments. And it's simple, it's cheap, and it's all about creating those memories and just taking the stress out. So look for what you already have. Look to decorate with what is in your garage, in your storage, and make it all about the actual experience rather than copying what everybody else does and spending all this money. Is just stressful. There's no need for that. And speaking of going out and buying things, I think it also has to do with comparison. We see all these people online, on social media, our friends maybe decorating, trying to show off. Maybe some people love decking their house out, and that's okay. But a lot of times I feel like there's this pressure to have everything perfect, have the best of the best, to have this wow factor, and sometimes it's like, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but sometimes it really takes the joy out of the holiday or the actual experience you're trying to have. So just do what's right for you and enjoy the holidays instead of stress out during them. If you are hosting for Christmas or for New Year's or whatever holiday, don't look for complicated recipes. Try to think about ways to simplify your meal prep. Maybe create meals that you can make ahead of time and just freeze them or save them, and just keep things simple. One event that I'm having soon is my son is having a little piano recital here at home, and we're gonna have probably like 15 people at least here. So instead of cooking up a storm or thinking, what am I gonna feed them? I'm just making it simple. I'm gonna have hot chocolate with some Trader Joe's cookies, and I might just make some sandwiches or something very, very simple that's gonna take me like 1 hour. So look for ways to simplify your life and your holidays so that you're not stressed out. The best memories are when you have time together with your family, when you have experiences. It's not about perfection. If you think back and think about the best times you've had, it was probably simple moments of just being together with people you love. So focus on that this season. What I'm doing with my son, for example, is I'm making time for some crafts or baking cookies together, something simple we can do at home. Once in a while, I'll take him out to some local event, but I'm not trying to fill the calendar with everything we can do outside the house or making sure I don't miss all of the events in town. No, I'm simplifying it. I'm just doing what I can when I can, and he has fun. We're creating memories, and nobody's stressed out. If you are feeling like you're getting overwhelmed, if you start feeling like you're just doing too much, take an hour off. Take half the day off, or maybe take a day or two off. It's okay. Like, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna get ruined. If there's some obligation you have that you just feel like, oh, I don't know why I need to do this, get rid of it. One example for me is I stopped taking holiday pictures. Rather, I didn't stop taking them, I stopped printing them and mailing them. Even though it's a cute idea, I just realized at one point, like, I'm doing this because everybody else is doing it, and everybody's probably expecting a photo of my family. And I stopped with it. I just decided it's just too much. It's too stressful to get dressed up and go take that perfect picture. Now it's like we take pictures once in a while. If I feel like having that experience, I will do it. But to do it just because everybody else is doing it and spending time and feeling like, oh, it's just another thing I have to do that's stressing me out, just don't do it. If there are things like that this holiday season that you feel like you can absolutely say no to, but you feel bad, or you're like, oh, I need to do it, just don't do it. Just say no. It's okay. I guess the main point I wanted to get across with this video is to just reflect on what matters most to you, let go of expectations, learn to say no, and just bring more joy and peace into your life, because it's not about perfection, and it's not about people pleasing, and it's not about having the most expensive, greatest, amazing things. It's all about the memories you make, the intention. And my wish for you this holiday season is to have more peace and more real joy than stressful perfection. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, happy whatever holiday you're celebrating. Take care of yourself and have an amazing time.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, from this Christmas on.
It's nighttime, almost 10 o'clock, and I'm making some oatmeal just because I'm hungry and it sounds good. But also, I've been thinking about how I stopped doing New Year's resolutions the past few years, and what I do now every year is sort of give the year an intention. Because I feel like with New Year's resolutions, it just gets overwhelming. You set up all these expectations for yourself, and then you don't reach those expectations, and then you feel bad. So I've been thinking a lot about what intention I want to set for next year, because it's December now, it's almost the end of the year. And I had this thought that I think next year I'm going to be grateful for the journey that I've had so far and really celebrate who I am today. I feel like I'm constantly chasing after this perfect version of myself that I sometimes forget to just pause and live my life and be present and look back at the journey I've had and just celebrate the progress I've made and the challenges I've overcome and the person I've become over the years, because there's been so much growth and so much change. And I think this next year is all about just reaping the fruits of that, noticing yourself. And what I mean by that is noticing who you've become and celebrating her. And not rushing to the next version, just being with her for a second, this version of myself that I am now. So I think next year is going to be all about more self-care, more self-love, not setting these high expectations, crazy goals, just being in the flow of life with gratitude and celebration. Yeah, I think that's a great intention.